Uh-oh.
Here, Lauren will get better internet in a second. Go for it, Chewy, and we'll pass it back to her.
Thanks, Griff. I want to praise Manu, Acid Laser, Ivy, and David for their great contributions to comms. I'd also like to praise Libby, Tam, and Katie for their support. And I also like to praise Septi for the work in transparency. And I also want to praise Griff and YGG for being outdoors. It looks like a nice space where you are. Sorry about that. I'll pass it to Bianca Gadella.
Hey, Bianca. Oh, yeah. Go for it. So what we do is yeah, you got it.
I want to pray for Griff and John to give me this opportunity to be here and be able to listen and enjoy everything that you guys are. Thank you.
Nice. And then we have a culture of passing it. Do you want to try to pick someone?
I don't know who already did.
Here, I can take it for you. Let's throw it to YGG.
Thanks, Griff. Hey, everyone. I want to praise Jeff and Jessica for hosting me at very awesome Airbnb here. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's called the Float House on Cortez Island. Beautiful space. And I want to especially praise Jeff for hosting great research open office hours with Block Science, and for getting me involved in great research projects like the proposal inverter, and also for buying me this book, which is really a great read, Free, Fair, and Alive, The Insurgent Power of the Commons. A lot of great insights coming that I'd love to share over time. And I also want to praise BK for hosting the TEC labs for 2 weeks while I'm sort of traveling and haven't been able to make it. I think he's been doing a great job there. And I'll pass it over to Mitch.
I'll pass it back to Griff to pass it.
How about Mount Manu?
Yeah, thanks, Griff. Okay, cool. I want to praise Vitor, Mitch, Nugan, Griff, and Marco for the work they've been doing on the Commons dashboard. There's more user testing feedback coming, unless you don't want it, but you probably do want it. I want to praise Septi, Edu, and Griff, and Tam for doing Hatcher Outreach and helping us get to the million and more. I want to praise Juanca for leading the second Graviton training and offering insights on how it can make my session better. I want to praise Nate because fortune favors the bold, and he's boldly venturing into a hackathon. Hopefully I can help him with that, but if not, regardless, praise Nate for that. I want to praise Acid Laser for the design work and all the graphic design that he's been doing for Twitter. And I want to praise Chewy for taking a break and for the one-on-one we just had, which led to some productive insights. And that's it. I'll pass it to you back, Griff.
Throw it to Eduardo.
Thank you, Griff. I want to give praise to Acid Laser for the amazing graphic he did for Hatch Outreach. I want to give praise to YGG for being outdoors and like showing us outdoors. I want to do a praise to all the Hatch Outreach team, but specifically I want to thank and praise Tamara for all the process and behind the scenes work that made this possible. This part of this hatch was possible due to a layout of processes that she facilitated and made us easier the process to outreach people. So I want to thank her for that. And also Dan, because the handling of the trusted seed is something that a lot of people have not seen, but he is the guy who like basically knows everyone on that list of Hatch people. So major praise to him, and that will be all. I will pass it on to
Thank you. I would like to dish praise to the Hatch outreach team, also for the incredible Hatch. And I would like to dish praise, I hope y'all can hear me, I got a bad connection, to the folks that have been holding down the fort for me while I've been kind of out of the loop a little bit. So that would be Anna Marie, Nate, Livia, Vi, and I feel like I forgot somebody. And I also would like to dish praise to all the stewards and, oh, Durgadas also for holding down the fort. Groovy. I'm going to pass it to Vi.
I'd like to praise Griff, Tam, Mount Martin Nate, Livia, Ivy, Lauren, Juanca, Eduardo, Chewy, and everyone that made, everyone that did stuff to make the hatch happen. I'd also like to praise, just give me a second, I need to fetch my list. I don't remember who I wanted to praise. Yeah, I'd like to praise Mitch and Marco and Vitor and everyone that was working on the config dashboard. And that's pretty much it. I'm kind of out of the loop. I've been away for like 3 weeks or something.
Nice. Let's pass it to Wonka.
Thanks, Griff. Well, I would like to praise you for your leadership. I would like to praise Ivy for praising a lot. Dan Nobelsdorf for curating the TEC, the Common Stack Trusted Seed. Livia for helping in so many processes. Chuy and Tam for taking vacations. And the people who is helping to make the second graviton training possible, that are Mount Manu, Durgadas, Didan, Anna Marie, Acid Laser, and well, Livia and me. And yeah, I also pass it to Didan.
Thank you, Wonka. And praise just to all of you awesome people. I've been out of the loop also, but praise for everybody who made it out to Eat Paris and maybe ECC and spreading the word and making everything possible for us to contribute to the hatch and contribute to the development of this awesome system here and community. Can someone pass it for me, please?
Yeah, I got you. Let's go to the other Dan. Hey, Dan. Dan Noble. Dan Knobs. Oh, we can't hear you, Dan. Is your mic not set right? Let's go to Zeptimus and while Dan fixes his mic. Dan, feel free to interrupt and just make noise, and then I'll know that we can get back to you.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you're working. It's working.
Yeah, man, I just shut down my headphones. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. This is hard, but anyway, I want to praise the people that write down the praise they want to give, because I always forget and it's super hard. And it's amazing. Like, I don't know. I noticed, like, yeah, you're looking at something. You had a list. Anyway, but I want to praise like the 138 people from the Trusted Seed that had contributed to the hatch, and that I'm refreshing the minters so much, and I'm hooked on this. This is like a drug, looking at people activating, looking at people, contributing, and it's beautiful. And yeah, and just generally praise the Hatcher outreach team. I mean, the work has been great, and yeah, we're over 1 million, and that's beautiful. And I'm probably forgetting a bunch of other praises, but yeah, I'll pass it back to you, Griff.
No worries. Let's throw it to Zeptimus.
Yeah, thank you. I want to give praise to Avi for doing the building requesting and giving access to the TC accounts and being aware of every detail and update it, and actually like being a really nice teammate. I want to give praise to Ash Laser for being so fast updating the thumbnails. It's looking so great. And I also want to give praise to Nate for the great work on the code of conduct for the platform admins. I want to give praise to Vitor for taking the role of project manager in Params. I want to give praise to Marco, Manu, Mish, Griff, Naren, Lauren, Vitor, Fabio, and maybe some more people that I can not remember for all the work in the dashboard and in the whole process. And I want to give praise to Chui for the unconference video. It's very nice, like all the happy faces. I want to give praise to Juan for backing this call up, and I actually had some internet issues at the beginning, so it's going to save some praise. And I want to give praise to the onboarding team, Katie, Anna Marie, Livy, Tam, Edu, Nick, Nate. Yeah, it's going to be very important, the onboarding team after and I'll pass it back to you, Griff.
Sure, let's pass it to Lauren.
Hey everyone, I have better internet now. I want to praise everybody who's been doing all the Hatcher outreach. It's been fun hanging out with Griff and seeing how much extra he does on this, all the one-on-ones. So I want to dish extra praise for him, as well as Eduardo, Tam, Nate, Livia, Katie, and everybody else who's been involved in that. I want to praise Dan, who I think is doing a lot of work getting people into the trusted seed so we can get more people in the hatch. I want to praise Chris, Nug, and Griff for good hatch memes. Like, the meme channel is really fun. And I want to praise also Vitor, Mitch, Nug, and Marco, Septi, Griff for working on the dashboard and for debates around languaging to use for the Commons upgrade. Oh, and I want to just dish praise also to Chewy for the unconference video because it's so cute. I loved it so much. It brought me so much joy to see you all. I'll pass it to maybe Trang.
Oh, hi everyone. I'm new here. I'm new to TEC too. Just hopping to the call and see. I thought it's kind of a community update, but yeah, it seemed like all people here are Stewards and kind of senior in TEC. I'm just here to observe. And thanks everyone, especially Common Stack team who accept me as a charter seat and give me the scholarship that I official enroll into the hatch, which I wish I enrolled earlier. Okay, thanks everyone.
Welcome, Trang. Everyone here is at the same level of involvement. Where it's a pretty nice flat thing. So thanks for joining, and we'll have a lot more updates soon. I think next we have Nate. I don't think you've gone yet, right? Have you?
No, I haven't. I want to praise Mateo for helping me with with the boardroom project. I want to praise Anna Marie for spearheading these inclusion initiatives. Shuga for the AMA, Livia for all the soft governance work that she does that has such an impact on this community. Zepti for all the transparency works that you do, organizing this. Eduardo for the TEC Scouts and Outreach. Tam for helping me with the sprint planning. Manu for your dedication to all the work that you do in comms and with the videos and the user testing. Mitch for the work you've done on the dashboard. It's quite phenomenal. Griff, just for executing on this vision that you had for TEC. It's absolutely amazing to see that start from like just an idea to now we're literally raised over $1 million to fund these projects. Dan for all the trusted seed work that you've done. He's still approving applications at the moment, like it's insane. And Jess for all the work in the background, Santi for organizing NFTs, Ivy for carrying engagement, and Chris, Chewy, and Lauren for all the great names. And I am done.
Nice. Well, Craig has been hopping in and out. Did he hop out? Oh, He's always hopping out. Oh wait, he's there. Craig. Do you have any praise to give, Craig? No. I think Craig might have some internet problems. If you can dish any praise, Craig, go ahead and jump in. Otherwise, I'll get this party started. I'm sorry, I didn't miss anyone, right? I believe we got everyone. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, welcome to the community call. Man, I wonder how many community calls we've had. I bet this is like 50 or something. But we didn't count, so I don't know. But major praise to Ivy for setting all this up and changing the date every time. If you guys love praise like I do, there's always more praise to be given. We can never spend enough time giving praise. You can do it at any time in the Discord channel. It's a great way to keep everyone updated about the magic that everyone else is doing. It's not just like us praising each other for doing stuff. It's also just a way to communicate about the magic that's happening. And of course, this will end up in these praises all get rewarded as well. So jump into the Discord, or if you really want to double up, you can get into the Telegram channel too. I think the biggest news is obvious. We've raised $1 million. Oh my God. We have 47 hours left. So get in there, tell your friends, tell your family, tell the people on the street. They got 47 hours to get activated in the Trusted Seed and join the hatch. And hopefully we can get more. This was inspired by Tam. Thank you, Tam, for the message earlier. Something I always like to say at the beginning of these calls is how important it is to have a lovey-dovey, strong relational fabric in this community. And we have this great type form. The way we stay strong is by pointing out the conflicts and the issues that we have and addressing them early. So if you have if you see any issues between two people, please submit the type form so we can get it before it gets out of control. When things are small and early, they can be fixed way better. But if we don't address the conflicts at the beginning, they can grow bigger and eventually lead to major issues. So please, if you hear someone getting someone's name wrong or any other small issues, let's just point it out early, and the Gravity Group is here to help. To stay flat, we implement the advice process. So before finalizing any decisions that are, big, that impact a lot of people, go talk to the people that might be affected. Don't commit to one direction until you have their opinions and the opinions of experts on the topic. And then when your great idea has now been well informed, you can execute on it without worrying about someone else having a problem. You don't have to take any risks. Advice process is like reducing risks on success within flat organizations. So jump in there, tell people about your ideas before you go. And also big news, I think Septimus or Ivy added this, but anytime that you want to see what's going on live at in the TE Commons, you can go to this YouTube channel. We got our own link, and it's basically TEC TV. So if you want to see what's going on, jump in, save this, bookmark this link, subscribe, and you'll be alerted anytime that we're live working on stuff. And with that, I'll pass it to Tam to kick off the working group section with the community stewards.
Where'd you put that link?
Oh, it's in the slides. Sometimes I can post the slides in the community hall.
Yeah, I will do it.
Cool. Okay, so, well, this is the big news, and I want everyone here to know that I am imagining each and every one of you doing the We Did It dance, because I feel like this is what it feels like, knowing that we raised $1 million and almost $60,000. So it's quite a huge achievement for us. I took a little time off, and it was really nice to connect with people and friends, and while I was gone, the machine keeps moving forward. Everyone's doing such amazing work. The Hatch Outreach team killed it. I already praised everyone earlier in my praise earlier just now. Also, I want to say Sprint 16 was planned through the facilitation of Nate, who did an excellent job. I did come back and watch the sprint planning just to see how it went, and I was very impressed by his work. And Nate covered the Stewards call. Everyone is just, continues to impress me with how dedicated and motivated they are by the work that they're doing. And something really neat that happened that Ivy surprised me with today is somebody in our community had translated some of our articles into Chinese, and she praised people who had she praised the person who did this. So there's it looks like here. So there's this article, which is Jeff's article about getting Ostrom for effective DAO management, that was translated into Chinese and is now available, and as well as Zargham's article about ethical engineering. So I was talking with Ivy. She also mentioned that somebody had volunteered to do translations into Turkish as well. And you probably already know we have a strong Spanish-speaking community, and there's been a lot of effort to sort of embrace more Spanish speakers in our community as well. I know somebody volunteered to do some translations into French. So it sounds like we're sort of spinning up a translation services and/or, international mini group to be able to do some more support, help curate the specific articles that we think would be good for international audiences, and keep those sort of distribution channels open as we publish new articles that might be relevant. Contributors are always wanted, and if you're not sure how you can help the TEC, please reach out to Suga. She's always on top of, and the entire orientation team now. There's a lot more people contributing there as well. And helping welcome people on Discord and help people find a good place for themselves. Okay, that's it for me, and I will pass to Santi for the legal working group.
So Santi isn't here today, but we're mostly working in the covenant in the legal working group. So SoftGov and legal to have this kind of a manifesto of our community that will serve for dispute resolution, proposals that are being disputed when that happens. So the jurors from Celeste can look into this covenant and see how to judge the proposals or how to be aligned with the values of our community. So we're working on that. And I'll pass to Gravity. Juanca?
Yeah, thanks, Livy. Well, for Gravity, we have big news, and it's that we have a date for the second Graviton training that starts from the 21st September and ends in the 23rd November. We will have these sessions on Tuesdays, and in that way we will change this Gravity call that we have after this community call. We will try to have a book club about NBC. So yeah, we will have two calls. And yeah, if you want to register to the second Graviton training, there's a link that says register here. And yeah, as Griff said in the start, you can request support to manage situations through the Gravity Typeform. And also, we will have an hour before the meme parties on Fridays, we will have TEC lounges, where the idea is to not have an agenda and to not talk about work, but to get to know each other better, to make friends, and to strengthen our relationships. So yeah, these were the three main aspects that I wanted to tell you about. And we will have a Gravity call today after this call, so everyone is invited. And I pass to Hatch Outreach.
Thank you, Juanca. So basically, Hatch Outreach has fulfilled its purpose. We have done the Hatch. So we have basically outreached a bunch of people, more than 200 people. And the next thing to do is a party. We will have a goodbye party for Hatch Outreach Working Group next Wednesday. What will be usually our working group call will be a party. So everyone here is invited. Invite your friends if you want to, and bring something to drink because we will play some games. So just come over, it will be fun, and yeah, you don't want to miss it. So Besides that, we will also are doing the last part of this working group, which is basically communicating to everyone who has done sending funds to the hatch that they have access to the swag token. So everyone here can claim, if you haven't, your swag, which is a limited edition of the TEC Hatch T-shirt. So please go and get yours. In case you still have questions or suggestions or answers, we have prepared a guide that was done by also Nate. So kudos to him. And if you have any question, there's a bunch of people that we have identified that have done some tests in the hatch. They have sent some funds as a test, like probably 20, 50 DAI. If you're one of these people, if you are hesitant, if you have forgotten, if you have questions, come to me, come to anyone on the Steward team, and we'll be there to answer your questions. And that's pretty much all. So thanks everyone. And I guess we will have this slide for the next community call. So it was a pleasure to see you all and have you here for a few months. So with that, I will pass it off to Sokov.
Thanks, Adu. Yes, Hatch Outreach. Congrats for all the beautiful work done there. Sorry, and for SoftGov, as I mentioned, we have the covenant that is in progress. You can see the draft in there if you want to collaborate to it. Now, Sean from Legal is adding a bunch of comments and editing it. So thank you, Sean. And then the next the thing we're working on is also Zeptimus took the advice process to improve. There's no link there, but yeah, we've been working on how to make the advice process better and more understandable to the community and to have more people using it. So if you want to collaborate with that, if you have insights or if you don't understand advice process well, or if you have questions about how it works, it's really great to talk to us, talk to Zeptimus, and we'll use that for clarification. And then Nate and Mateo are participating in a boardroom hackathon. It's a decentralized hackathon from Gitcoin. And they are looking into how to have a tool that we can manage all of our SoftGov decision making and have that paired with Snapshot. And also, I've been working in this decision tracking list and just looking into like, our past decisions, are they still relevant? They're not relevant anymore. So if you open that sheet, you can see like some notes in there. Thank you, Griff. Yeah, just in the second tab, copy of, so some notes on like what is still relevant, what is not anymore. And if you're interested about like researching into our decisions, that's a good place to just maybe pick some issues. If you want to find something to do that is related to soft governance, it's a good place to look at in there. And we have the Governance Open co-programming happening tomorrow. So it's not a SoftGov initiative, but it's very aligned with it. So why do we need governance as a part of token engineering? So 8 of the top 12 tokens now are governance tokens, and there is still very little discussion in the token engineering field of how to design governance tokens. So we are approaching a lot of topics in there, and this co-programming session is to have like share some of our research questions and then also hear from the community and design together this program that we're going to have that is hosted by the Token Engineering Academy. And then, finally, just the ZenHub SoftGov board is there. If anyone wants to pick an issue, wants to create an issue and label as SoftGov, feel free to do that. And then every Wednesday at 6 p.m. we have orientation calls with Katie and Anna Marie. And they've been talking to everyone who is new in this community. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to them. And with that, I'll pass to Zaptimus and Transparency.
Thank you, Libby. Yeah, on transparency, we gather bi-weekly, Monday, 3 p.m. CET. And yeah, this week we were working on the code of conduct for platform admins that is ready for review. Like the idea is like SoftGov and Gravity. Like what we did is like we made the what's allowed, what's forbidden, and what can you do in every platform as an admin. But now the idea is like to, I don't know, have some sanctions for breaking rules, like also have some review from SoftGov. Like the idea is like, yeah, get some more knowledge into that document. And also, Ivy was working on doing building requesting when people is asking for access on the TC platforms, and we have some process. And yeah, she is building the document that is going to be posted on the forum post. And yeah, like this is what we were working this week. And I'll pass it to Omega.
Olivia or anyone else feel confident that they can express the updates for Omega?
So we shared a little bit last week, but they have bi-weekly calls. So this Wednesday, there was no Omega working group updates, but for whoever is new in this call, is a working group to research the ethos and ethics of token engineers. So there's a whole range of topics that are discussed, including ethical decision-making, many directions of looking into decision-making, and also conflict resolution. And Durga Das always contributes good discussions there. So it's mostly about that. And next Wednesday, they will have another meeting.
Cool. So let's pass it to YGG to give us the updates on labs.
Yeah, so the labs meets every Friday, 9 a.m. PST, 6 p.m. Central European Time. And right now we're doing a series on the proposal inverter, which is a high demand token engineering mechanism that's getting a lot of attention from different DAOs. So it essentially inverts the idea of a proposal from being many DAOs, each with their own proposals, to one proposal across many DAOs. And so it's sort of like an HR automation component to automate the flow of funds towards work being done. And so there's been some great sort of open source contributions to this coming out of block science. Dr. Zargum there has made a spec. And so we've been analyzing that and working towards modeling in the labs. I've been traveling the last couple weeks, so BK has actually been running the labs, and I've heard really good feedback from what's going on there. And then also Trang, I meant to praise Trang actually in the opening. Trang has been hosting the Token Spice development workshops in collaboration with the Token Engineering Academy and the Ocean Spice Micro DAO, that is a DAO funded by Ocean DAO. So really cool stuff happening. Those are the two primary events you want to check out: the proposal inverter being developed, and then the Token Spice development workshops. And yeah, that's it for the labs. And back to you, Griff.
Nice. Thanks, YGG. I'll throw it over to Chewy for comms. Uh-oh, I don't see Chewy.
YGG.
Oh, there he is.
Griff, sorry, I think I have a delay with the connection issue, but can you hear me okay now? Okay, perfect. So this week, as many of you know, we reached $1 million. So this is very exciting. We're going to be working to communicate this in the next couple of days. And we're almost done with the hatch campaign. So we thought it was going to be a great opportunity to put together some Twitter analytics. So if you're interested in seeing the results of this and how we have grown, we'll see you at the working group. Also, since I'm on vacation, the content workshops for the next couple of weeks are going to be hosted by Acid Laser. And he has a great idea on some designs for giving away some BOAP for the hatch. So it's going to be very cool, and it's also like the first time he's going to be handling like zone agenda and just like directing a workshop space. So please make sure you attend these to support him. And also, we've been talking a lot about this idea about the TEC Comms DAO. So I just added a link to the document, and if you would like to make some comments, some suggestions, or even if this is good for you as a reference for whatever plans your working group has. Any comments or suggestions are very much welcome. And I forgot to mention, just for everyone that is new, we get together on Tuesdays. So we're looking forward to having some more contributors and new people to come to our working group. And thanks everyone. With that, I'll pass to Griffin Params.
Oh man, so much action in Params. Oh, I can't tell you. It's so nice. I think the first thing I want to start with is some old Params recap. So this dashboard, it still works. And it's super cool because you can actually see, like right now, where we're at on the curve, the impact hour rate curve. So we're right about $1 million, which brings every impact hour to be worth about $32, $33. And as we raise more, the value of each impact hour goes up. So, and you can see this in more detail over here in the actual dashboard, which takes a second to load. But this link in here is just from Proposal 83. And you can see results, and you can see more granular, like how much if we collect. So the impact hour rate goes from about $34 right now, maybe $33.50 to $40 as we reach 1.25 mil, and $46 as we reach 1.5. So you can see that there is major wins here as we raise more and more funds. So don't be shy. The incentive is strong. Also, it helps the backers as well, because they get more governance power as it goes up. So this magical alignment of incentives that where everyone wins as we raise more money. Don't forget parameters, it's fun. And this was of course Goldilocks V4. So it was collaboratively designed. And that magical alignment of incentive to align individual incentives of all the members along with the incentive of the collective to address its needs is what we strive for in the token engineering space, and especially in the TE Commons. And we want to repeat this with our final design. The Commons config dashboard is how we're going to achieve this magical incentive alignment. And of course, the designs are just killing it. I showed them off last time, and I'll try to speed through. So I won't show them off this time. But if you want to see a sneak peek, talk to Mount Manu and give us your input. Mount Manu's running user testing, and he's feeding all of this info to Mitch and Marco, Nugget, and Lauren so they can make final tweaks to our design. Oops. The Python backend is really close to done. It's pretty much complete. Thanks to Vitor and Nugget especially, and YGG and Sem for kicking it off. Sem really did carry a huge load to make sure all the base layer stuff matches the contracts. And so if you're interested in contributing, go talk to Vitor. Vitor has taken on project management for the entire dashboard and has kicked off the front end. So now Fabio and Pedro. Pedro is a new contributor from Brazil as well. We have our three Brazilian ninjas over here, like really killing the front end. It's starting to come together and look really nice. So if you want to participate in the development of any of this, make sure to come to our hack sessions. We have a sync on Sunday. That's 4 hours. It's a 4-hour hack sesh where we all just hang out, listen to music, and make sure that we can align incentives properly for our future economy. Make sure you guys can align incentives properly for our future economy. And of course, none of it would make any sense without the amazing work in the forums that Nate and Lauren and Mitch and Nuggan and Zepti and Mount Manu, and especially Nate for leading the whole process. Every parameter that we have to think about or change and debate is very well documented in the forum, and that's the real foundation that makes all of this work. So the main thing is, if you want to come and hack with us, come on Sunday evening if you're in Europe, and afternoon if you're in the States or in the Americas. And for Common Swarm, I don't think Sem is here, so I can take this one as well. Obviously, the NFT is probably the biggest thing to talk about right now. Gotta tell your friends, if they're in the top 10 of the contributors to the TEC, to the hatch, then they get this amazing NFT. Look at this baby. It's beautiful mix between organic and machine. It's look at that chicken. What a joker. It's so good, right? This thing's gonna be worth a lot of money someday. I'm confident. So definitely get in here. Major props to these guys. I bet these guys that threw in 6 figures, they're probably gonna get it. We'll see where it ends up over here. It probably looks like you're gonna need to contribute around, 30K or to 50K to be able to get one of these guys. Also, other big updates, EVM CRISPR has achieved its first version, so that's super cool. And it's a really nice library for making, mutating the DAO's DNA as it evolves. So very nice. And there was a slight outage of the graph this week, and it affected a lot of projects, including ours. So the hatch was down for about an hour, and it was amazing, the emergency response and support from everyone. So thank you for that. And probably the biggest thing is on Saturday, about half an hour after the hatch has ended, we're gonna have it's on the TE calendar. We're gonna have an Impact Hours minting party. So we actually have to press a button like 20 times to mint all the Impact Hours. And so we'll be, having some drinks and enjoying the party. That'll be 8:30 p.m. European time. And for me in Denver, I think it's at about noon. So yeah, 12:30 noon. So yeah, come celebrate us in the TEC with the end of the hatch and the TEC Discord, and we'll be minting Impact Hour tokens, the tech tokens that everyone gets for the Impact Hours. Together. Yeah, and so for the spotlight tonight, you know what? I was trying to get Sasha for Gardens. I really want to show off what Gardens has. Obviously, I want to celebrate the Hatcher outreach as well, and just tell everyone what a fantastic job has been done for that. But sorry, I'm not queued up yet. There it is. But one of the projects that we completely rely on in the TEC is the work that the Garden Swarm does over there. Common Swarm and the Garden Swarm work together, of course, on this. Paulo and Sam are very involved with Gardens, and Pablo and Fabi, half the Common Swarm has been contributing to Gardens for many, many months. But they've created a really nice, repeatable conviction voting DAO that anyone can join. And you can see that there's obviously One Hive is the first one to use the Gardens system, but also there's Agave, Bizu, Giveth, Bright ID, Our Loop. These guys are all the early adopters to try it out, and it's really cool. The TEC is also going to use Gardens, but what Gardens has, see, look, Lauren wants snacks for devs. Mitch proposed for a Lambo. Oh man, 2,000 give equals one Lambo, guys. That's a good news for a give token. But you can come in here and you can try out conviction voting, and so I'll send a link in the community channel so you can, if you want to try it out, and you can start playing with it before it goes live for the TEC. And what's really cool with Gardens is they do it for larger economies. So the Common Swarm is really focused on microeconomies, which need a bonding curve, right? In low liquidity environments, a bonding curve allows you to have accurate price discovery. Gardens is for a little bit larger economies, and what it uses is a liquidity mining program and issuance, dynamic issuance. So when a project comes to start a Gardens, if it's big enough, they should really just go straight to the Gardens, and they'll end up with a conviction voting DAO, just like we were planning on doing, and then a dynamic issuance module, which is different than the augmented bonding curve. So they won't have a bonding curve. Dynamic issuance is super cool. What it allows is for the conviction voting DAO to have a continuous stream of funds to it to make sure that it always has, let's just say, 20% of the total supply of tokens in the DAO itself. So if it spends a lot of money, then the dynamic issuance will be turned on, and it will start, let's say it goes down to 15% of the total supply in the DAO because it started spending money to create value. Well, it will start minting tokens slowly to bring it up slowly from 15% to 16% to 17%, and just like slowly bring it up to 20%, which is the setting. And if the DAO has a lot of revenue, for instance, HoneySwap is in OneHive is constantly funding the conviction voting DAO of OneHive, right? Every time you make a trade on HoneySwap, you're actually buying a little bit of honey and sending it to the OneHive garden and the common pool there. And if the revenue starts to be above 20%, say it goes up to 25%, then dynamic issuance will actually start to burn the funds in the DAO. And it'll slowly bring it down to 24%, 23%, 22%. And in this way, it's super cool. You can actually have a low inflation DAO with continuous funding streams. Along with the dynamic issuance module, the other thing that we're not using or not planning on using right away is the liquidity mining module. So you start with you actually have to put in a pair to initialize the Gardens with honey. And this is important. If you don't have a bonding curve, you need to somehow give your economy liquidity. And so Gardens comes with a built-in liquidity mining module where you can initialize the garden with the pool of honey and your token at the beginning, and you can incentivize and reward the people who provide liquidity for your token there. This is the door to your economy. Liquidity is so critical for every economy to start. So if you don't have a bonding curve, your economy really does need probably a liquidity mining program to make the door as big as possible so people can come in with larger sums of money and actually participate in the economy. The more liquidity you provide, the less slippage you have when people want to enter or exit your economy. So you want to make that door as big as possible and as open and inclusive as possible so people can come in and out without feeling impeded by a low liquidity environment. So Gardens is super cool. Major praise to Gabby and Sasha. Sasha presented it at CC, and it was great. The whole TEC team was there applauding him. And really, the way the TEC is being initialized is we are starting, for the Commons upgrade, we are starting with the default Gardens deployment and then using EVM CRISPR to remove the issuance app and put in the augmented bonding curve app. So this is very much an important part of the TEC dev team, and I don't think they get enough credit, so I'm happy to present it today. We have 3 minutes. Does anyone have any questions about gardens?
Yeah, Griff, with the dynamic issuance policy, so basically it's just minting more tokens over a slow amount of time to reach a certain percentage. So it is inflating the token in a sense, because there's not actually any more collateral that's going into it.
Yes. So there's no collateral at all in gardens. So
Well, we have the common pool, right?
Yeah.
And so
But
it's
that
inflating. Go ahead, Griff.
The common pool is the same token it's inflating. So they don't have, yeah.
But the common pool is also receiving value in XDAI, for example, that's used to disperse funding requests.
No. So, well, for us, a common pool holds XDAI, and that's why the dynamic issuance just wouldn't work. But for OneHive, for instance, the common pool only holds Honey. I believe it is actually capable of holding multiple currencies, but its dynamic issuance only cares about Honey and the total supply.
Okay. And then, sorry, maybe I missed that part, but then in relation to the TEC, is the dynamic issuance policy will be minting TEC?
No, the dynamic
or
issuance
this is
policy
totally
just won't
something
exist.
else.
We will delete it. You know, it's good old programmable money. Just hit like Control A, delete around the issuance app, and it's gone. And we replace it with the augmented bonding curve. The augmented bonding curve is what issues currency for us.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That makes sense now. Thank you.
Yeah, and while it does inflate the currency, it also will burn the currency, right, and create deflation if its revenue is growing. Cool. Well, that's the top of the hour. Thank you, Mitch, for the question. Also, thank you for valuing Give tokens so highly. You don't want to miss Gravity today. We only so show up. Wonka, did you have a spoiler for us?
Yeah, that we will be talking about the shadows that we sometime pass over, and we will be talking also about the next things that are coming on Gravity.
Nice. That's exciting. I'll see you guys in the Gravity call. Thank you for coming. See you next week.
Thanks, everyone.
See you,
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Tell your friends, the hatch.
Thanks.
Woo! 47 hours. 47.